What's up, YouTube? Back with another video. LA Mamba. It is Sunday, May 4, 2025. It is 2:30 p.m. and here to make a video for you guys. It's been a minute, but you know, we're continuing to make our progress on our path, and it's going very good. I was thinking about what to do a video for you guys about, because you know it's been a long time since I've been on here. It's it feels like a very long time to me. And you know how it is when you're working very hard. It feels like time just going by and like fast, right? And then you're back to where your conscience back, your conscience again. And it's like, all right, so where did we leave off at, right? And it's like, oh shoot, man, it's like a whole different world. So it's kind of like you got to just like sit back a little bit now that you have a little bit of extra time and ponder, right? Like what just happened, right? So I guess I want to take extra steps back now that I have a little bit of time right here. It's been really crazy. It's been really busy in a very good way though. Like I'm not talking about like, man, it's been like an insane up and down. It's more like we've been charging up the mountain the whole time, and so I just want to just slow down a little bit and then go back about what's been going on from the beginning. Well, not right from the beginning, but just like before everything went hectic. I don't know what's up with this compressor. It's making some noise. I know it's a leak somewhere, but I don't know from where. So I'm gonna have to stay away from this compressor because of the noise. We'll check it out tomorrow. Turned it off today and it started making that noise. But it was a very busy day, guys. It was very good, and it's been like this for a while now. We've been busy like all day, every day. Starting about, let me see, it's been probably like a week and a half like this. Is it? Let me think. Or like 2 weeks. Just non-stop, man. It's like, you know, when you're doing a bunch of things and like something urgent comes up, and it's like now your attention's got to go to the urgent thing, and it's now like you got another urgent one, and now you got to go to the, well, it's been a lot of urgent things here, but not in a bad way. Like I said, it's been a urgency in a good way, and it's just like been like your attention goes to the most important things, and when that happens, and you solve the problem, and now you're able to make money from this problem, example, in business. And it's been like that over and over. It's been very good. But I just wanted to think back, just when I was in my, when I was in my 20s, being in this business, and you're thinking like ahead of time, right? I'm thinking back then. All right, so let's say I'm like, I don't know, let's call it like 23 years old, right? Working very hard. We're signing a lot of tires, making a lot of progress, working 7 days a week. We have a lot of energy. Working 7 days a week, it ain't no problem. If you're gonna get your goals done, it's like that's easy to do 7 days a week, a lot of hours, right? So I remember coming in Sundays and always going to this restaurant to get my breakfast and then drive back. Not to eat there, but to drive back. And always thinking about, well, what's the future going to look like, right? I knew real estate was in my path. I knew that's what I wanted to do even back then. But I didn't know what it looked like. And so you always want to think very ahead of time. You know what I mean? This has already been many years after that. I won't say how many years, but it's many years after that, right? So then you know, we have this thought, and it's like, okay, what does it look like? So then it's like, you work hard, time goes on, years pass by, 3-4 years of the same thing, and it's like, you only go out whenever you have time to go out. I missed a lot of family events in those years because I was killing it in business. I was just like, I'll make it if I can make it, and I'll be there. I was showing up late. I was one of those guys that showed up late at the party, pretty much, right? Now I'm those guys that I'm like super early, like, what the fuck you doing here, man? Get out of here too early. And like, oh shit, man, my bad. It's just I had nothing to do. Nah, that's cool, but yeah, I was always that guy that it's like 75% of the party's already over, and then you show up, like you're there 25% of the party, the whole family's there. It's like, hey, what's up? And then you're like, all right, you go back, you go home and shit after that, right? But that's how it was when you're killing it, right? When you're just like being a monster, you're stepping on the gas pedal all the way down. You're making sales. You're buying a lot of tires. You're selling a lot of tires. You're making a lot of money, and then you invest in. You get more tires and more tires, more new ones, more used, and then you have more money in the savings, and it's on and on and on and on. Especially you go years like that, you're able to progress a lot, right? And then you're like, okay, well, this is great now, but what is the future gonna look like, right? Am I gonna do this forever? Which people choose to, and they can, but if you do that, you run into the risk of never being able to retire because you have no money built passively if that's all you're doing. So you have to work to the day you die, right? So I know I didn't want that. I knew I wanted passive income. I knew that I'm not gonna be able to feel good. I'm not gonna be able to feel good, healthy, and be killing it like that. But when my later years, when you work that hard, and then you go to sleep at night when you're in your early 20s, and then you wake up the next day, you're like at 100% again. Like your batteries are 100% charged. Your legs are 100% charged. Your body's not aching. Like all that was taken care of at night when you slept. But when you're like over 40, right? Let's just say, then it's like different story. Your body doesn't recover as fast, right? Your body, like you go to sleep, it's like, damn, it's like I woke up the same way I freaking fell asleep. Well, not totally like that, but almost like that, right? Well, at least like some recovery, but you get the point. So then you're like, all right, well, eventually I got to do something, right? Eventually I got to take action and get into the real estate game. And yeah, so, again, years go by, you're in your 30s, right? 30s. And it's all right, well, now you have even more money than when you're in your, 23, and you have a much more business experience of how things work in this life in the United States, right? In my case, United States. In my case, SoCal. And then it's like, all right, well, now it's the time that I got to do something because, I can continue to kill it 7 days a week, but if I don't take the time to build my passive wealth, well, guess what? Another 10 years is going to go by, and I'm going to be in the same boat I am now, making a lot of money, but only have money saved in the bank, which is not that bad. But if you only have money saved in the bank, then guess what? Inflation's killing it, which is, I know some people's least worry is like, okay, well, if I have, 3, 4, 5% killed every year from my bank account, it's not that bad. And I agree, it's not that bad, right? But if you compound that for year after year after year, 10 years pass by, now that it's a killer. Now that it's like, most importantly, is that you're missing investment opportunities you could use that money, and that costs you way more than your 5%, right? Because what if you would have made, just an example, 15%? What if you would have made 50%? What if you would have made over 100% on that money, right? So then it's like, all right, well, get into the game and let's see what happens. You don't know nothing, right? At that point, when I started getting to real estate, I didn't know nothing, man. Like, it's like, I wanted to learn, I wanted to do this, but it's like, man, I just don't know nothing, man. It's like, but I got in it, right? I got in it. I bought a duplex, and it's like, all right, well, let's see how this goes. Get my first passive stream of income, and I was in love with passive income. And it's like, oh, I don't know, man. It's like, all I know is I want this for the rest of my life. It felt so fucking good when I didn't have to work and money came in, because your money is working for you. And so time goes on, I'm getting more units in real estate. I'm learning the game. I thought I was doing it right for what I wanted, but it turns out I was just playing the 1 or 4 unit game, the residential game, either buy a house or buy a couple of units, another more duplexes and stuff like that. And I'm just counting my money. Well, if I do this and I get this house and I'll get this amount of passive income, that means I just have to do it 4 more times and I'll get quadruple that income. But I have to work this money years to get that money to do that, right? And it's like, man, or what people think, right? It's like, oh man, it's like, oh man, it's just too expensive, you know. But man, I'll never get there, right? So, but the point is that you know, I guess I was at the time a little bit too stupid, right? I was like, well, I don't know, man, but I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna fucking take action. I just want to get a little passive income, right? And it's like, all right, well, it's a smart thing to do, but it's like I did it where it's like I took action without knowing a lot of things, right? Which I guess you can say it's a stupid thing to do. So, anyways, still working at the tire shop, still, you know, killing the game, right? Here, selling tires, growing my book of business. Different customers, different style of tires, different changing my teams, building my teams. Sometimes the teams decompress, sometimes they grow. Whatever, keep buying more inventory, keep buying more tools, keep buying more guns, keep buying more supplies, keep buying more racks, right? All these racks. Keep buying everything, keep going, right? And it's all right, well, I'm using my money to invest in real estate. Well, the way I would do it is pretty much, if I build up my shop really strong, I was able to like not have to invest in it for a long time. Well, I have some money saved and I'm buying the property. This is kind of like suffering, going downhill because I'm not investing back in it, but more money is going saved and it's going to the property until it's done, until it's rented out, right? Until I get some solid tenants. And then finally, money's coming back in. It sustains itself. So that means this tire shop money is able to go back into the tire shop and it starts growing again. So I did that for years. I let the tire shop suffer. Well, I got another asset and built this one up. And then when this one was able to live on its own, I was able to not invest money in it again. It stayed, now it's making money. And now let the business invest back in it and then get back strong again. And I did it over and over and over, right? So then I'm like, but still I don't know what it looks like, even though I've got a few properties at this point and passive income is pretty good. It's like, well, okay, well, I make this much from the shop every month and my passive income brings me this much amount of money. It's pretty good. It's pretty good, right? But I still don't know what it's really gonna look like at this point. And so you continue to grow your education, you continue to grow your knowledge in the game that you want to be in the future. And by the way, it's a much bigger game than the tire business. I know tire business is huge. Trust me, I've been in this my whole life. I know how huge it is. But let me tell you something, it's not as huge as the real estate business. It's way, way bigger. It's massive. It's like multiple times bigger than the tire business. And so we go into it, right? We continue to both feed into the real estate game, and now you get into what you see is actually like a system, the way people do it, right? Now you're like, okay, well, now I'm gonna network with people, I'm gonna meet new people, and I'm gonna learn what they did. So at this point, you gotta find people, right? So now you understand, to find people, you're like, okay, I can do that. Yeah, but when you're actually doing it, it's hard. Like when you're actually doing it, as in going out different places to meet new people, it's actually hard. I'm not saying hard to do, but I'm saying it's a lot of hours you gotta do that. So it means you gotta do it over and over and over and over and over. And sometimes, I admit, you go to the places you go to meet people. In my case, I'm a big fan of the real estate networking, the meetups. And sometimes you don't meet people that what you're looking for, but you still have a good time. But it's not like, damn, it felt like you didn't accomplish anything that day, right? I mean, you see the same people, you talk to them, have a good time with your buddies, but it's like, all right, well, I'll see you guys, next time. And it's like, man, you think back the next day, it's like, oh shoot, man, I didn't really accomplish anything yesterday, right? But that was only one day. See, here's the thing. You gotta be doing it over and over and over. Eventually you're gonna go to somewhere that you meet your next mentor, right? Eventually you're gonna find the mentor that you see how this guy's living his life, or woman. You see that what they have, and you want what they have, right? And they travel the path that is realistic to you. Or if I travel the same path they do, or somewhat similar, not the same one, but somewhat similar, then I'm gonna get somewhat similar results that they'd get. And that person becomes your mentor eventually. First you become friends with them, and then eventually you see, wow, this is really what I want in reality. So you're gonna meet people in life that is like, man, like these people are cool and all that, but I don't see myself doing what they do, right? Like me, myself, I don't see myself building a huge wholesaling tire business. That's not for me, right? But I do see myself being financially free with real estate, with passive income from rentals, right? And so the whole point is, you meet somebody that you want to be like in the future, and that person becomes pretty much like your mentor. Let's just call it your mentor, right? Well, you can call it whatever you want, but now you look back and you take all these freaking meetups, all these networking events. By the way, you meet a lot of people like that, and that has helped you during the way, which is great. But eventually, this one person is gonna change your life, right? I'm telling you this because it has happened multiple times with me, where I meet one person and he changes my life. I meet another person years later and he changes my life. I meet another person years later and he changes my life, right? So you continue to network, even though you meet this mentor of yours, because you're gonna bring a lot of value to them too. One of the biggest things, just so you know, one of the biggest things that you bring to them is friendship, right? That's huge. Like, if they really like you, they just like your style, they just like the way you are, then that person's gonna be really cool with you, because now that, oh, you're my friend, like, that means more of the world to them than whatever they can teach you, and then you apply it to your business, and then you get progress from it. And it's like, all right, well, I love to see that grow. I love to see that, but let me tell you something. When someone sees you grow like that, or when someone sees you as a friend, like as a very good friend, then they're gonna say, oh, this person is much more valuable to me. The friendship is much more valuable to me than than me seeing my mentee, let's call it my mentee, growing, right? So that's one of the things that they're gonna get. So don't think, what am I gonna offer this guy, or person, whatever? I don't have anything to offer him, so I'm not gonna go talk to him. I'm not gonna be calling him and stuff like that. So if you don't know, now you know, right? So Anyways, now I get into the commercial game. Now I get into the. At that point, I start buying apartments now, and I start with the mobile home parks pretty much. Even though I've studied for years and I done somewhat. At this point, when you're in the game, you need to do some fast decisions, and it's a great thing to have a mentor next to you, guiding you to do it while you're doing it, because you got like something to decide in 30 minutes or something to decide in like a day or something. So again, you continue to go. You're not gonna stop there, by the way. Even though that changed your life, the person changed your life, you found all you need. You're just gonna keep just growing if you want to keep doing that, right? In my case, I feel I gotta keep growing, right? So you just continue to do what you've always done, and eventually you're gonna meet more people that are gonna be more valuable to you, and you're gonna be a lot of value to other people. By the way, once you're growing, you know more things than all these people that you meet that are starting out in whatever business that you're in, and you're answering the questions they're asking you. Now you become very valuable to them, and they see you as like someone that they can get some advice from, right? It's just a really cool thing. But the whole point is that, growing up, not knowing where I want to go to, and end up finding the right vehicle for me, in which in my case is multifamily rentals, specifically in mobile home parks, where now you're able to invest money pretty quickly and getting a real high ROI, or just having your money parked in there, or whatever you want to do, and having just your cash flow grow and grow and grow and grow. And like in the last, let's call it the last 12 months, I was able to grow, of course, like if you're gonna average it out, right? But I was able to grow every single month my cash flow. So for the last 12 months, my cash flow has been able to grow and grow and grow every single month due to real estate. So I got some more units that I just finished recently. We're now back in 2025, and now I'm marketing them, and I'm looking for tenants for them. And actually right now it is 3 o'clock. In 30 minutes, I'm having an open house for 2 of my units. They're actually mobile homes. I did brand new everything. Inside, outside roof, draining, everything, electrical, you name it. The walls are new. I mean, you go inside, they look like brand new apartments that were just built. Like if you go inside, there's like, this is like 2025 apartments across the country. It's like that. So you want to have a very good product, and when the tenants come, everybody's gonna say yes, I want it, because it's like there's no flaws with it. It's all brand new, and now you have the choice to pick which one is the better tenant, and for your situation, right? Whether you wanted to make a lot of money or whatever it is, you're gonna be able to choose the best one. Less people in the units, no pets if you want to. I mean, you choose whatever you want. These people are all, if you do the marketing right, you're gonna be able to, bring in a lot of people, and now you have a lot of people to choose from. Who do you want to be your tenant, right? So go back again. Got into the real estate, and pretty much buying rentals. If you're new to the channel, I'm talking about investing in real estate and buying rentals. That's what I'm talking about. Owning rentals. I'm not talking about flipping, and I'm not talking about syndication. And I can tell you a lot of stories about those recently, but a lot of bad things I've seen more and more as time goes by, now that the market's turned. But when it comes to rentals, man, everybody that I know that's been holding on for a long time is doing just fine. It's doing really good, and including myself or me, I'm actually just growing right now with acquiring more rentals and more tenants, That's why I haven't been able to do a lot of the things I normally do. And in this case, make videos, right? So if you guys have been watching my channel and you saw me disappear for a bit, just know that it's because my real estate business took off in the last 4 months. Well, all these people are losing their jobs. I'm sorry to say, but like, you know, Trump with that tariff stuff really messed things up for the economy for a lot of people in the industries of the Chinese businesses, importing, exporting, and everything in product when it comes to the Chinese, right? In our case, the tire shop business, we're able to switch from Chinese products to American products. The American products did not go up in price, so I mean, you can sell whatever you want to your customers. In our case, we sell a lot of used tires, and they all come from SoCal, so that was not affected one bit. It's all the same pricing. There's always gonna be the same amount of inventory when it comes to well, I'm talking about for us or me to have access and to buy the amount of tires that I want to buy. I have so many connections here in SoCal when it comes to buying used tires, that whatever amount of tires that if I want to get in the month, I'm gonna always be able to get it, whether it's during the recession, during all the tariffs. It doesn't matter. It's not gonna affect the used tire market when it comes to that. As a matter of fact, you're gonna get more sales from the tire market when it comes to selling used tires, because like the price on Chinese tires is gonna go up, and that means that the price is gonna go up in general, because when it comes to people buying tires, because now there is no more inexpensive tires. Eventually they're gonna be up in price. So now it's like buying Nexen tires. Now it's like buying, you know, what else is there? Like a Hankook, you know, those prices. And so now it's not gonna be like buying a Royal. Now it's gonna be like, you can buy the Royal still, but it's gonna be a Hankook price eventually. And so, but the used tires, they stay the same price. So now everybody's looking for used tires now. So anyways, that's not what I'm trying to say. You know, eventually you're gonna want to think more ahead when you get into your when you're killing in the tire shop business. You're selling a lot of tires, and you're gonna be like, okay, well, I can keep investing my money and folding it. You know, there's people buying containers and flipping them. There's people buying containers and selling those tires inside the containers in their shop. And there's people buying containers of used tires and flipping them hard. I'm talking about like whether they sell to other shops, whether they sell it to their own customers, or both. It's the same game when it comes to you're working hard, you invest your money, and you get a return back. But the real estate game is different, because now you can invest your money. In this case, you can invest your money and not have to work to get your return back. I mean, yeah, you have to do minor things. I'm not gonna say you don't do anything, but you gotta check up on the property management. You gotta, you gotta answer the phone call when it comes to some minor maintenance stuff, right? But it's nothing like you know, it's probably a few hours a week. It's probably like 5 hours a week compared to like, you know, minimum 10 hours a day in the tire shop business. So it's just a whole different game that I am really focused on right now, building my passive income even bigger. And so that's why it's just like, you know, it's not that I don't want to be here. It's just that and by the way, we're really busy here at the shop. We've been doing a lot of all kinds of sales. I mean, I'm surprised I freaking sell like Michelins and Pirellis right now at this time of the whole economy. You know, supposedly having some struggles, but everything's selling right now. And so, you know, either you know, leveling off with the sales when it comes to like what they were in the past, just because I decide to invest certain periods of times my money in real estate instead of the tire shop business, which means I'll rather use my money to do rehabs than to buy used tires and buy new tires at a surplus. And then eventually when I have that thing done, like no more money needs to be into the unit, I'll use that money back into getting the 500 tires a week or whatever I do, 300 tires a week, you know, and a couple times a month, and you're able to be back into what you were before. Pretty much, you have your reserves that you use for business sometimes to get your money back in like a week, right? So now you have your product, and then you have your money back. It's like, oh, I'm in a better place than I was before because I invested my money, right? So then eventually, if you go hard enough, then it's gonna take a long time to get your money back and have all your other new investments like done, right? So that's where it doesn't look sexy, right? It doesn't look sexy where it's like, okay, well, you haven't bought any real estate or you haven't done a sale on real estate, but all it is you're doing, or what I'm doing is building up my reserves again. Just keep working and building up my inventory again, right? And it's like now it's like you have everything. You have everything you had before. Plus you have new tenants. Plus you have new higher income on the passive income, and that's what I've been focused on recently. And it takes a long time. It takes like months to do that. You know what I mean? Like it's not gonna be done in like a month or like 2 months. It's gonna be, if you go hard, if you choke hard enough, it's gonna take a lot of months to recover. You know, you're gonna have to work very, very hard to like, man, like all I'm doing is just paying my freaking purchases of the new tires, nothing left over, right? Till it goes to now I'm working very hard. I'm still buying the same amount of new tires and used tires, but now there's plenty of leftover money for me, and I can use it for whatever I want, right? Now I can go and use it for my family, go vacationing, buying more toys if I want to, or whatever, right? And that's a very beautiful thing when you're able to get to that position. And you can choose to do it over and over, or you can just choose and be like, oh, that was super hard, I'm glad I went through it, I don't want to do it ever again, right? In my case, I know how hard it is, I know what it takes. It's very uncomfortable to be in the choke and grow, but I decide to go in it over and over because I just keep growing and growing. And once you recover, it's like, man, it's a beautiful thing. It's like, man, you're like much stronger. Again, it's like much more stronger than you were in 120, you know, what is it, 12 months ago, a year. So that's why it's kind of like back to the whole story. When you're in your early 20s, you're going into business, you don't know where you're going to end up at. You don't know what it's going to look like. I didn't know I was going to be in the multifamily business with the rentals. I knew I wanted real estate. I knew I wanted passive income, but I didn't know how it looked. Like, I didn't know how good it was, because if you are new to real estate and you're underwriting properties, right? Let's start from the beginning, right? So you want to get into real estate, you look at properties on the MLS or on Zillow.com, and you see some rentals, right? And now you're going to use your numbers. So if I put my down payment, if I have taxes, insurance, principal and interest, and my CapEx, my management costs, my maintenance costs, and then you put all those numbers, and then it's like, okay, each unit makes me, let's say, $100 a month, right? And that's this, okay, you're leveraging your money really hard, right? So it's like, all right, it works, you know, let me think about this one, let me continue to underwrite other ones, right? So that $100 a month, you think about it, it was like, oh, well, if I want to make $30,000 a month and I have to make 300 doors, right? So that's what you think because those are the numbers that you're underwriting. But what I'm saying now is that if you buy real good deals and you're able to force appreciation and grow the income, is not $100 a door. That number is just when you buy your properties. You're gonna buy messed up, ugly properties. But once you make them nice and you get additional tenants, now that income for that property or properties is not like $100 a door. It's more like $500 a door, maybe $1,000 a door, right? Depends your on how hard you leverage it, but it also depends how much down payment you put in and how much under market rents they are. But now if you have, let's say, 15 doors on one property, it's not gonna make you $1,500 a month. If each one make you like $400 a month, then what's that? You know, it's like 4 times more than what you thought. What is it, like 6,000 or something, whatever you want to call it, per month, passive. I'm talking about net. I'm not talking about gross. I'm talking about net. So $100 left over for each door, but you have it, let's say 2 years or whatever, 3 years, and now those units are not making you $100 each one. They're making you, let's say, $400 each one. So now your passive grows from $1,500 a month for year one to like $4,000 a month, year whatever, 2.5 or whatever, year two, and that's just off of one property. Just as that, but you go even harder if you hold it even longer, and you push the rents even more. Now you can make, let's say, $500 or whatever it is, whatever you're trying to do, right? But that's how it really looks at the end in real estate. Well, I'm just talking about Cali, right? So, you know, out of state, it's a different story. It can be smaller numbers, right? But in Cali, you're able to, you know, get some good deals. Push. I mean, anywhere, right? I'm just used to Cali, but you're able to get bigger appreciation pretty much quicker if you're buying the right spots and stuff like that. I'm just saying Cali because I'm here, but I mean, I got some stuff out of state too, but I'm talking about, this is what I see here. So that's what it really looks like when it comes to like, you're young in the business, tire shop business, you want to get into the real estate business. You don't know what it looks like, but you know you want passive income. Eventually, just so you know, eventually, if you work hard enough, long enough, your passive income on real estate will surpass the money you make being a tire shop owner, because tire shop owner income can fluctuate up and down, up and down. It stays around the same though for years, right? If you have a small shop, which is great because you can stay consistently doing the business, not suffering for cash flow. You can go rent a house, buy a house, have a good life, family, kids depending on the income. Anything comes up in life, you're able to afford it, right? But with real estate, it's like this. So this one goes up and down like this, the income. With real estate, with time, it goes here, you buy another one, adds here, you add. It just grows. Or you did a good deal, oh, now it's right here. You're going up. So now you're able to make more money passively with real estate than with your tire shop business. And this is where I'm at right now. I make more money in real estate than I do in my tire shop business. Even if my tire shop's all day, every day busy, my income is still bigger with real estate. When it comes to net, I'm talking about net. Take home money, right? Like you can go blow it and never miss the money is what I mean. Is you work hard, you know, you have your profit, and then with that profit you can do whatever you want with the tire shop business, right? Well, in real estate, you have your net income. So again, this goes with years of working hard in the real estate business. This does not happen overnight. It does not happen in a few years. It happened many years after, and it's gonna continue. It's gonna keep growing, and my property is gonna get more valuable, and the tire shop business will be printing out money as hard as I work it. So there's a big difference, and that's why I always talk to you guys about, if you're gonna be in the tire shop business, always think about the real estate business too, because it's like if you're a fighter, you have your right hand and your left hand. In this case, when you're starting out, your left hand is the real estate business, and your right hand is your tire shop business, right? But eventually it switches. Eventually now it's like your real estate business is your right hand and your tire shop business is your left hand. So, you know, it just, it's a beautiful thing, and I wanted to share that with you guys. And I was just thinking, man, I was like, man, when I was younger in the business, killing it, it's like, man, I can do this forever, right? And you can, but you can make a lot more money somewhere else too, just so you know. And it's always like that, right? It's with any business. There's a lot of potential with other businesses too, but you know, we love tires, right? So we choose the tire shop business, and I know if it's like, okay, I'm gonna be in the tire shop business for the rest of my life, and I agree too. I feel I'm gonna be the same way also. But I mean, I've been in it my whole life anyways. I was born into this business. But what I'm saying is, well, wouldn't it be great if you had the best of both worlds though? If you have equity and cash flow, if you have passive cash flow and active cash flow. So it's a great combination, and I was not able to visualize this in the past. I'm letting you guys know I was not able to see it, and now that I'm here and I make more money with real estate than the tire shop business, I can see it perfectly now. It does not look like what you think it looks like. It's about learning more. It's about running your numbers, and eventually taking action, eventually getting the profit, eventually making the money. And it's like, okay, now you have the option to retire or do whatever you want, right? So anyways, I wanted to share that with you guys. But I'm gonna let you guys go, and I'll see you guys next time. Like, comment, what is it? Share, whatever everybody says. I'll see you guys later. Mamba out.